What's up, Street Beast fam, YouTube fans, and anybody else stumbled across my channel, especially all my new Instagram followers? Um, Shinigami here, obviously, aka Sensei Danny. Just a little bonus video. The 1,000 subscriber special will be uploaded this weekend. Actually, probably gonna film that tomorrow. I got to sort out who wins the contest. Actually, also want to announce real quick before I get into what this video is that I do have a third prize now. They actually let us keep the. Actually, you know what? I'll get into that in the story. So this is going to be bonus video. Shinigami story time. Um, just want to touch on what happened with me during that fight because I'm sure a lot of you didn't get the performance you were expecting. I didn't give the performance I was expecting. Um, I haven't been to Vegas in about a decade, and the last time I went, I was in my 20s and I was doing a sport karate tournament. So I figured I drove out there last time. I can drive myself all the way there this time and I'll be fine. That was my mistake. I'm 33 now. My opponent was 10 years younger. So that explains a couple of things too. Just that's a gap. That's a huge age gap. So he had a lot of youth on his side. He was a challenge. He was a warrior. But basically what happened was uh, I didn't get my rental car on time. We were 2 hours late with it. There was a lot of last minute things I put off, like getting on the because I figured I could just get them on the way from the rental car place. I ended up not getting to Vegas until super late. Um, and I'd also offered to take my daughter along so she could visit her aunt who's been having some health problems and lives in Vegas. And that was more of a drive from the hotel than her aunt said it was going to be. Um, so anyway, I get back to the room late, and I had a little bit of a hard time sleeping because it was kind of hot in the room. Not making excuses, just factors. I actually felt fine the next morning when I got up and I got there, and right before, we were actually supposed to fight two fights before they called us up. We both actually requested it because I guess he had to turn right around and leave. So, and I don't wanted to fight before I'd been standing, while I was still warm after warming up. But anyway, what happened was last round of the fight before mine, I started feeling some muscle fatigue in my left shoulder from driving. I figured it wasn't going to be a big deal because my legs felt fine. Then about halfway through the first round, my legs got the fatigue hit my legs, and that was where the physicality wasn't there anymore. I wasn't actually gassed until like round three, believe it or not. It was just I was fighting my own body to make my legs move as much as I was fighting my opponent, and that's kind of why there was a lot of openings or times when I dazed him or even like that front round to back heel spinning heel kick combo didn't land. My timing was off. Just is what it was. I mean, it's not that I didn't do okay. I could have done better, and I will do better. We're going to have an immediate rematch. I have nothing against my opponent. Street Bender is actually a really cool guy. Um, you know, he's probably one of the more respectful people I've dealt with just in my life in general. Um, and I didn't let that have any effect on how I performed in the cage either. And I'm not going to let it affect how I perform next time. But so yeah, that was the trip there was crazy. It was an adventure in and of itself. Um, like I said, I actually had reserved my car pickup for 10 a.m. and didn't get it till almost noon. I actually had to leave Rachel to pick the car up while I went to go get a chiropractic adjustment because I like to do that before any competition. Just helps a lot. Um, and then day of the fight was great. Went had a good time. Hard in the fight, as you know, got a merch collab. Sent me some shirts to give out to guys that I thought had some good wins. I actually felt bad that I didn't have more shirts to give out because there was a couple of more impressive wins that deserved something if I'd have had it. Um, and you know, granted, I did give them to the best wins of the day. I really did. Um, but anyway, so then the trip back. The trip back was another adventure because of a couple of unintended things that happened. So like I said, I haven't been to Vegas in 11 years. not, or since 2011, so 9 years. I think it was the last time I went to compete in Stan Witz's World USA World Martial Arts Championship. Um, and so I wanted to go to Caesar's Palace and see that animatronic fountain show and just go looking, because they used to have magic shops in like every hotel, like 5 or 6 of them. It was like ridiculous, right? So I wanted to see if I could get a couple of props or tricks to use for my second YouTube channel that were like less than $10. I was specifically looking for like that devil's smoke stuff, but I guess I don't have it anymore. You can't. They're not allowed to sell it anymore because I guess some idiot probably did something, bought it, and then set it off in the casino floor. So now they're not allowed to sell anything with a smoke or fire effect anymore. Um, yeah, so we went to Caesar's Palace. Didn't find a magic shop in there at all. There was a couple of delays with some aggressive sales tactics going on. Some really really cool stuff though. I wish I could have afforded it. I actually got an offer because I'm a YouTuber to receive a product. I'm not going to name any names or name any vendors, but I actually got an offer to receive a really expensive product for the $100 warranty price. Um, and all that he wanted me to do was wear it in a video. And I wish I could have done it, but that trip cost a lot more money than I thought. I thought it was gonna be okay. There was other things, I thought I was gonna get extra $600 this month, but that was gonna pay for that trip in and of itself. But I did get a little help getting out there from some sponsors, and a couple of the other fighters actually pitched in, and I appreciate it. Shout out to Cody Beck, aka Nasty Native, for really helping out. Actually, he was like the only one that really helped out of the fighter pool. But so I was looking for places on the strip with free parking, and Venetian came up, and so my phone, there was an error with my phone company that shut my phone service off, and I couldn't get through to customer service to get everything sorted out till Monday morning due to support hours, business hours, ridiculous. But anyway, so she pulls up Google Maps on her phone, and it tells us to go to the strip and and turn left to park. So I thought we were turning into the Venetian. It was the Palazzo, and then I got the section mixed up. So we wandered around the Venetian a little bit, looked around, and then tried to find in the canal shops that are between the actual Venetian and the Palazzo. And so we ended up going to the Venetian parking lot, freaking out because it looks completely different than we remembered. And then we ended up going to the Palazzo parking lot and going into through the other side and getting lost and actually having to go all the way back up and around and out to the outside. And it turns out that we'd walked right past the car into the wrong section. It was in 1H and I was looking for 1A, and we went to 1A and it wasn't there. And we were freaking out because we parked the car at the Stratosphere when we pulled in the first night to drop our stuff off in the room. Or to check in, I should say, not even to drop the stuff off yet before I drop my daughter off. We parked in actually the first 2 floors of the parking structure for valet parking, and it didn't say anything like that at the Palazzo. So, but we freaked out for a second and thought that our car got towed because the valet told us that if we left our car there, it would get towed. So, at the Stratosphere. So we spent hour and a half, 2 hours just looking for the car almost. And then we go to Baker. Wanted to go to the Mad Greek because that's just tradition every time we go that way because it's way out in Baker. Turned out to be closed for renovations. Really sucked. We were really looking forward to those Euros. We hadn't had them in a decade. Because the last time she went with me to Vegas when I went to compete out there was in 2010. So pretty much come back almost nonstop. We went to like the Alien Fresh Jerky place. Pretty expensive for jerky. Didn't buy anything. It was cool to look at though. Cool to look around. They had like a alien Trump fortune teller machine. That was pretty cool. Had some hilarious lines like, "I love China, but I love Alien Fresh Jerky more." It was hilarious. Anyway, we get back, and I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Southern California, especially like the Antelope Valley, like San Bernardino County, LA County area, like north. But there's only one road that I've ever been on between like Adelanto, Victorville area, and my hometown. And we got there at a decent time. It was like 8:30, 8:40, something like that. Maybe it was maybe about 9 o'clock. Figure we'd be home by like 9:30. There was a bunch of emergency vehicles, police cars, everything blocking the road. There was a line of cars that were stopped, like 3 or 4 cars ahead of us. So we're waiting to find out. We figure they'll clear it, and we can go in like, hopefully not too long. Almost an hour later, one of the cars, sheriff cars or highway patrol cars or whatever it was, comes back, tells us we all need to turn around. I asked them, okay, well, I don't know the area. Is there another way to get to 240th from here? Well, you're going to have to use your GPS. Obviously, I didn't have GPS. And Rachel's phone kept... we had to go off a dirt road. We're trying to get to 240th Street East. We had to turn around and go down 260th Street East. And I'm in a Nissan Altima that I'm not familiar with. It's bigger than the Hondas I've driven that I've owned. It was even bigger than my Mitsubishi Eclipse, size-wise. And I get out there. I'm on these road. The first dirt road wasn't so bad because obviously it got a lot of traffic and it was pretty flat. The dirt road that we ended up going down after that, because that one curved going the other direction, and there was a little offshoot road, and we ended up following this white truck that seemed to know where they were going. And it led us back to Avenue M. We got to 240th, and then I made a right instead of a left, so I had to turn back around because I thought Avenue J was closed because they've been doing road work, and they said it was going to be closed almost the whole month. Turned out it wasn't, but it was better to err on the side of caution. So I had to drive all the way back to Avenue O, and you could still see them. They said it was going to take 10 hours to clear the accident. You can still see them, out there, even after like that hour of driving through the desert to get around. Yeah, we ended up seeing it. We went back down Avenue, got back to Lancaster. Everything was good. After that, then it was exhausting. We got back. It was almost 11 o'clock. We didn't even load the stuff to the morning. And then I got up. We got up early, took the car back, did some stuff. We were actually going to go to Costco and get pizza because the plan after we got back was to watch some Godzilla movies. I just got Rachel into Godzilla pretty good earlier this year. Before that, she only really watched horror movies. But anyway, the line for that was hella long. Had some good luck though. Found I don't even want to talk about that because I don't want to spoil my luck. There's a chance I might. The luck picking up what I found might turn into something else, and I'm hoping it does, but I shouldn't hold my breath. But I'll talk about it after this week. Anyway, yeah, so that's about it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Once again, shout out to Heart in the Fight for the merch collab. Shout out to Fight Commentary Breakdowns for being on top of, breaking down the fight. Shout out to Stormbender for giving me the best challenge I've ever had in my life, in my first real full contact challenge. Looking forward to the rematch. Train hard. I'm going to train hard, and I'm going to make sure that nothing happens that gets me fatigued so you get the best Shinigami next time. Again, like, subscribe, comment below. Comment on the merch collab and Q&A video. You still have some time. I haven't looked at those yet. I'm going to look at those in the morning. So if you have any questions to enter yourself in the Q&A contest for my 1,000 subscriber special I'll be filming tomorrow, get them in now tonight after this video uploads. And yeah, I'll film. I'll throw all the names in a hat. So far, there's only been like 11 people that asked me questions. Maybe 12, two or three on Twitter, and then the rest on that video. Also, shout out to my other bestie, Nalani, that I forgot to shout out in that video. I actually feel really bad. Granted, everybody was giving me a bunch of guff in the comment section for having such a long shout out intro. I promise it won't be that long again. I just had to shout out my sponsors. And, I wanted to give some love to some people that have been with me, by me for years. Over a decade. So, yeah, that's it's about it. Like I said, just not really a big frills video. Not doing extra good audio. Just using my camera's audio this time. but yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed the fight, and can't wait for the next couple of fights. I'm just getting started. I'm not going anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe to my second channel too. Link down below. And buy some merch from my store. I'll actually have some new designs coming soon, um, including an uncensored version. I actually gotta deal with something with detail that I've been meaning to do that I just haven't had time for. Um, but yeah, that's it, guys. Have a good night. Shinigami out.